Hello Summoners and welcome back to another one of our community coaching videos. In this video we're going to go over some various micro and macro play concepts that will help you improve your gameplay. Spoiler alert, we're even looking at a Grandmaster game. Remember to use the Google form below in the description for a chance to be featured in our next video. And as always, we're looking to improve our content, so let us know if you have any feedbacks or suggestions in the comments below. And if you guys are interested in getting better at League of Legends, then please check out ProGuides.com using the description link below. Alright, now let's get started. Our first game is from Caliburn, where they play Leona. Alright, to start things off, let's talk about this level 1 transition into a level 2 all-in. Both bot lanes leash their junglers, but Leona and Jhin arrive to lane first, securing the push. Jhin Qs the wave, and Leona uses one of her relic shield stacks to clear a minion. Jhin has his 4th shot ready, and Ezreal used his Q to farm a minion, so he has the right idea to move forward and apply pressure. It's important to remain parallel with your lane partner, especially when you're playing a melee support. By remaining parallel rather than behind them, your opponent has to think twice before trying to fight. Here, Nautilus is able to land a hook on Jhin, which is a positioning error by him, but it's also won by Leona. We never want to let our enemies trade for free, we want to be in position to effectively trade back at all times. Next, let's talk about the level 2 power spikes. In the bot lane, you reach level 2 after killing the 3rd melee minion in the wave. A common strategy many support players use is that they clear the last melee minion with their relic shield and immediately all in with their power spike. Leona uses her 2nd relic shield stack on the 1st melee minion, meaning that Jhin will be last hitting a minion for the level 2 power spike. While ultimately Leona is able to make Ezreal blow flash, Jhin was behind Leona because he had to farm the last minion. This is a case where the result is good, but only because of mistakes that your opponents made. By saving Relic Shield, Leona could have pinged Jhin to move forward so they could be parallel when they engage. After pushing in the wave, Jhin moves forward but Leona stays back. Nautilus looks for an engage, and again, while Leona is nearly parallel with Jhin, she is not ready to immediately trade back. As a result, Jhin takes a large chunk and gets pretty low. While engaging on Ezreal would have been the right choice if Leona had reacted immediately, it's too late, and this is a misplay. Jhin is too low to come back into the fight, so Leona has jumped into a 2v1. What the enemy bot lane should have done is turned onto Leona here. Jhin is too low to help. Instead, they split their damage and Ezreal dives for Jhin. This results in a win for Leona and Jhin, but this was due to a misplay by the enemy bot lane. Like we mentioned in all of our reviews, we don't want to be results-oriented. There were mistakes in this play to learn from, and it's easy to miss them just because of the positive result. After their reset, Leona and Jhin walk back bottom lane to a wave that's just outside of their turret. Jhin farms the low melees with a Q, and now this wave is set up for a slow push into the enemy turret. With this in mind, the best way to manage the wave here is to only last hit. If Ezreal wants to farm, he'll have to push in this wave or farm with Q, and Leona can either engage or freeze the wave. The other option for Ezreal here is to just let the minions die without farming them, so that the wave will come back to him. However, due to this, he's obviously going to miss farm, and it'll take about a minute before the wave is safe to farm again. Within this minute, the wave will be in a dangerous position and Leona can look to engage at any time. The other reason this is the best choice is because Leona's jungler is top. With your jungler on the opposite side of the map, it's best to maximize how much farm you can get safely by keeping the wave close to your turret for as long as possible. With their wave slow pushing and close to the turret, Leona engages. Even though her team doesn't have vision of the enemy jungler, this engage is okay to go for as long as she backs off immediately. By trading damage while ahead and continuing to slow push the wave, she and Jhin will be able to 2v3 a gank because of their item advantage. As a result of this initial trade, they find a double kill on Leona's next engage. From here, a lot of players are going to be asking what they can do with their lane leads to win games. When you get this far ahead in the bot lane, there are a few options you have. The first thing you need to do is look for a window to base and spend your money. Gold is not a strength advantage, items are. When you're the stronger bot lane, you can continue to pressure the enemy turret and also provide permanent dragon control. As a melee support, you can pick up boots of mobility so that you can move around the map quicker to accomplish the following things. 1. Deep ward so you can take bot lane turret for free. 2. Roam mid and then come back bottom to help your lane partner. 3. Roam top if your lane partner can farm safely. And finally, push bot lane and invade with your jungler. Alright, now let's go into our next game with one of our pro members, Defetsia. So in this game, we're going to be talking about some more advanced concepts in the jungle with one of our users who's playing Jarvan in a Grandmaster game. Namely, we're going to be talking about tracking the enemy jungler's position and playing off of it. Even after a decisive victory, our user questioned their own decision-making, and we have the answers. To start the game off, Jarvan takes his red buff and looks for a gank top. One common cheese that high elo top laners use is that they'll sit in tribush and look to all-in opponents when they walk to lane after leashing. Aware of this, Jarvan is there to counter the cheese. The thought process here is good, and the only thing we can suggest is that Jarvan should have spaced himself out and came out a half second later instead. By walking nearly parallel with Aatrox, Darius will immediately see two opponents and can decide to back off immediately. Jarvan commits to killing Darius, trading flashes, and picks up the kill. At this moment, most high elo players know that they need to make an important decision here. Will they split the map or prevent it? Splitting the map here would benefit himself and his solo laners. Jarvan is already in the enemy's topside jungle, so he saves time and gets more farm by splitting the map. Preventing the map from getting split will cause him to fall behind in farm because he has to waste time walking while his opponent farms. However, his bot lane's success is a decisive factor to the game. It wouldn't be unfound to take the loss and prevent the map from getting split. Regardless, either decision is fine, and Jarvan decides to go with the easier option of splitting the map. If you guys are interested in understanding more of these advanced concepts like lane priority, splitting the map, vertical jungling, check out ProGuides.com using the description link below. We have a ton of courses to help you out with those. Based off the fact that Jarvan was planning on level 2 ganking top, he should have known beforehand he would split the map. One thing he should have done much earlier was put a ward somewhere in the bot side jungle to see if Nidalee would agree to the split or come to stop him. She does, however, get spotted ganking bot, so he's able to get this information anyway. After taking blue, he returns top to repeat gank the flashless Darius. While this decision is rewarded, a safer option would have been to tell Aatrox to keep the wave in the middle of the lane. This would have given Jarvan time to take Nidalee's Gromp or Wolves before ganking top. They pick up the kill, push in the wave, and Jarvan then channels his recall. Jarvan makes the right choice in choosing to reset back top lane. Since the map is split, Jarvan knows that Nidalee already took his bot camps. Top lane will also bounce back to Aatrox's side since they pushed the wave in. By going back topside, he could look for another gank since he's already set the wave up to do so. He takes Scuttle and ganks Darius again, picking up his third takedown. And later on, he spots Darius warding Tribush and paths to avoid it for a counter gank. With this item advantage, he continues to push his lead by invading to steal blue and diving top again for another kill. However, he does get greedy and attempts to dive Darius again. While this might have worked if he landed his combo, Jarvan shouldn't attempt this dive if he has to start it by using flash. Having a flash disadvantage means his next play could fail unless he can get Darius to use his flash as well. With this lead, having to waste your flash to get a kill on someone who's 0 and 5 isn't worth it. You shouldn't need to do it, and you should at least make your opponents trade a flash for any play that you make. The better option here would have been to counter jungle, and then either reset or gank a solo lane. Jarvan should know that Nidalee has to make plays on the opposite side of the map, so she should either be doing dragon, counter jungling his bot side, or ganking his bot lane. The most crucial choice of this game was Jarvan's decision right after failing his dive. Following his spawn, Jarvan chooses to path bottom. Especially in higher elo games, there are many situations where there's more than one appropriate response. Rather than right or wrong decisions in such situations, it comes down to what the individual player values. The benefit of Jarvan pathing bottom here is preventing his bot lane from getting dove and lowering the number of tower plates lost bottom. With this decision, he's helped stop some of the bleeding, but it's still going to be a net positive play for the enemy team. Even if Morgana didn't get caught out, the enemy bot lane has lane priority and they can look to force a dragon fight. Jarvan may be ahead, but so is Lucian. The resulting fight could swing either way depending on player skill or their ability to land crucial skills. The enemy team isn't able to take Dragon because Brand decided to roam down. But Jarvan's team had to give up a wave and a plate mid. Ultimately, this wasn't a bad decision, but our analysts believe Jarvan should have pathed top instead. By pathing top, he can again look to catch out Darius, whose wave will push to Aatrox's side. If he can kill Darius again, he and Aatrox can take the first turret. Meanwhile, while the enemy team trades bot turret, Jarvan can counter jungle and take Rift Herald. This does indeed put his bot lane behind, but instead of going net positive for the enemy team, it would be a net neutral play, trading Herald for Air Dragon. Brand could have also had the option to help clear bottom wave so that his team would trade first turret for a plate or two mid, making it a winning play for Jarvan's team. You don't have to counter every play your opponent makes by trying to stop them. An equally viable option is to make your own play to trade something back. Alright, now let's go into our last game with World Ender, who's going to be playing Aatrox. In this game, we're going to be talking about how to play against passive opponents and how to snowball leads. Starting the lane off, Mundo takes a bad trade with Aatrox and concedes lane priority. If you guys want to understand lane priority better, then please check out ProGuides.com and watch the lane priority course with the description link below. So Mundo positions himself far back, meaning that Aatrox is free to manipulate the wave. A frequently asked question is how you can get leads if your opponent refuses to fight. In cases where your opponent doesn't want to trade, you can still get farm leads and lane priority. Aatrox has a slow push and Mundo is not fighting back. In these cases, Aatrox shouldn't be missing any farm and he should build the wave slowly. By slow pushing, he can force Mundo to miss a little bit of farm, potentially 2v1 a gank if his wave gets big enough, and create a huge time window when the wave crashes into the turret. If he crashes a huge wave into the turret, Aatrox can also hit the turret and try to bait Mundo into auto-attacking him, forcing Mundo to tank the creep wave. Instead of letting the wave crash, Mundo attempts to trade and takes a lot of damage. From here, Aatrox should make it his goal to let the wave push back to him, and since Mundo is low, he's likely going to be looking for a TP back, and if he doesn't, farming further away from his turret gives Aatrox solo kill potential. While Aatrox continues to push, Mundo chooses not to base and continues to lane with a health disadvantage. Aatrox is able to waste Fiddlestick's time and earns a double kill when Fiddlestick visits again. Aatrox was able to get this double kill because Mundo didn't reset after taking bad trades. Mundo teleports back to lane and Aatrox follows after his reset. In order to impact other lanes, Aatrox could walk back to lane instead of teleporting. In the case that Mundo fast pushed the lane, it would make sense to teleport back so he didn't miss farm, but Mundo didn't. By keeping teleport, Aatrox can look to either use it later if it's needed, or use it to make a play in another lane. Aatrox finds trades with Mundo again, but that's more of a mistake by Mundo. Since Mundo isn't playing patiently, Aatrox is able to push the wave in and get damage on Mundo. If Mundo had just waited and let Aatrox push, he could have gotten farm for free. Another trick that side laners will use is hiding in the bush after pushing waves into turret. The idea is that you make your opponents think you've recalled, but jump on them for a trade when they walk up to push the wave. Aatrox attempts this, but the minions have vision of him, so again, it's a mistake by Mundo to walk up after he saw Aatrox walk into the bush. With proper execution, any player can get the same result against most of their enemies. By getting a solid trade on Mundo, Aatrox is able to push the wave in and take tower plates. When this ahead, top laners can continue taking advantage of their lead by fast pushing, building waves, or baiting opponents into trades. The ultimate goal, however, is to eventually take your turret so you can look to roam elsewhere. While you're roaming, your enemy will attempt to catch up on your tempo lead, making your play safer to execute. We've covered a lot in this video, so let's do a recap. In the bot lane, playing parallel with your lane partner is paramount to effective trading. Doing so puts you in a position to constantly threaten your opponents if they engage. We talked a lot about splitting the map. When splitting the map, it's important to play your strong side by taking advantage of flash cooldowns as well as minion wave management. Also, when your opponents make plays, you don't always have to stop them. Instead, you can start your own plays as a counter. Through wave management, we have various ways of capitalizing on our leads. Especially when ahead, we want to keep bullying our opponents or spread the wealth elsewhere by choosing a plan and committing to it. That concludes this episode, and we thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, then check out our guides on our channel. If you are interested in improving fast, check out ProGuides.com for courses by pro players designed to help you take your game to the next level. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck in your next few games, and we'll see you on the Rift.